Ethiopia is in 2017, right? Because Ethiopia is one of those countries that slightly refused and rejected the Roman domination. Slightly, not in every way. They slightly rejected it. Right. So for Rookie, I want to use this as an example. So a lot of you can, also apply that in your life personally. So Rookie was born in October, in September. I keep saying October. She was born September 15th, and that's why we are celebrating her birthday today, right? So as far as 2024 is concerned, Rookie's 2024 personal year began in the month of September and ends September 2024, ends August 2025. That's it. So listen, if she wants to calculate her personal year number, she's going to use the universal year 8, right? Because we have to clarify these things, because a lot of people don't know these things. And a lot of people who are in this field, they don't explain to people. They just give people, hype people up, and people start running and, chasing shadows. So Rookie's new year ends as far as the universal energy of 8 is concerned, which is 2024. 2 plus 2 plus 4, 8. Rookie's new year of the universal 8 energy began September 2024. Officially, it begins today. Right. And then guess what? It ends in August 2025. So if she wants to calculate her personal year for 2024, she goes day of birth plus month of birth, which is 9, plus 2024, which is 8, right? So you have here 6 plus 9 plus 8 equals 6 plus 9, 15. 15 plus 8. Eh? You don't trust yourself, you fear. 23. 2 plus 3. 5. So Rookie has just entered a very adventurous year. She has just entered a year where she's going to encounter a lot of changes in her trinity of existence. Even in her body, she's going to experience a lot of changes. A lot of transformations are going to take place. Right? But that energy officially begins today till August 2025. There are some other numerology calculation that you don't add any number, because each number is treated as an entity of itself, of its own. Right? But in this case, we added it. So even if we don't add it, it will still be the same number. So it's the day of birth 15, which is 1 plus 5, which is 6. So if your personal year number is 5, expect a lot of changes, adventures. And let me tell you something that, generally now, because I'm sure that there are other people here whose personal year number is 5. So I'm speaking to every one of you. If your personal year number is 5, that's why your previous year was 4. So you can have the necessary balance and structure to be able to respond to the challenges of the personal year 5. Lama, thank you. So if you are in your personal year 4 now, there is a reason for that. It's because you are meant to develop a strong foundation. You are meant to put the necessary structures in place so you can have balance. Because you're about to step into personal year 5. And personal year 5 doesn't always end well for people who are not prepared, because it's quite adventurous. It will present a lot of changes. So if you have balance and structure, you are going to tap into the energy of adaptability to change. Adaptability to change. Because as much as personal year 5 presents a lot of adventures and changes, there is also adaptability to that change. If you spent your personal year 4 to create balance and structure. I used to know someone who she was moving to a 4th stage of 9 years microcycle. She's moving to a 5th stage microcycle. She said, and she has been without knowing about this. So you see, energies don't lie. Many of you, let me tell you what is happening to you. You are not learning anything new from me. I am just validating the informations and insights that you already have inside you, but you couldn't just explain them in words. So it was when you started listening to me, you're like, wow, I've been feeling this way. So what is happening to you is not that somebody is telling you something new. I'm only telling you something that is already in you that you couldn't just find words to express. You can't wrap them up in words. So when I say something like, yes, I've been doing it. I met a girl on the road. I was buying grilled fish. I was with my driver, and then I said, how are you? You look really good. I like what you're wearing. She said, what's your name? And she said her name. What's your birthday? I said her birthday. What's your life path? I said her life path is 8. Personal year 8. I said, wow, no wonder you have been making a lot of money this year. And she was like, how did you know that? I was like, yeah, because this is a power cycle year for you. I was like, well, how did you know that? I was like, that's numerology. She said this year has been so fantastic for her. Like everything seems to be working. And guess what? I was like, oh, so what did you do last year? Because the secret of people is in their history and their story. So it's not grace. It's not the grace that you talk about. So the moment she told me, I was like, what did you do last year? And she said, last year, November, December, she just told herself, I am shutting down from everything. I don't like the way my life is. 2024 must just favor me. And she shut down on everything, especially social media, for 2 months last year. And she didn't know anything about numerology, esoteric knowledge. And she was carrying a designer bag, wearing a very nice gown, and she just went into her car, and she said she got all these things this year. You get? So because last year was our personal year 7, and personal year 7 provides you with solitude, introspection. It's a year where you are meant to be really, really spiritual, to tap into the reservoir of your soul. So unknown to her, she didn't know that she was already doing that. You get? So there are people that by some unexplainable event, patterns, and forces, they were already walking in this path, especially people who are not close-minded. Right? Because rigidity is the problem of a lot of people. They are too rigid. They are not open to anything new. Everything is demonic to them, and they are the most confused people in life. So you see, last year I wrote something. I said 2024 was a great year. And a lot of people were like, no, you are, that's a mistake. I said, it's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. 2024 was. And I've written again, 2025 was a greater year. Right? Because I'm already in 2025. And someone else said again, I think you made an error. No, I didn't. I know what I wrote. Don't worry, leave it. Because I am already in 2025. Because my birth month is August. So I entered my 2024 stroke 2025 calendar year in August. Oh, you have no idea how magical this principle alone that organizations and institutions use to plan their activities. You will never see them say, we are planning for the 2025 year. They are planning for the 2024 stroke 2025. There is no mystery in life. It's a mystery because you are too close-minded. To tap into the reservoir of your soul, all right? To tap into that place where all the resources, the data, the information that you need to galvanize cosmic, ancestral, universal support. Everything is in you. It's not outside you, it's in you. There are no hindrances, no obstacles anywhere. Your ignorance is your obstacle. Period. Period. You are not stranded because of Tinubu and the economy. You are stranded because of your philosophy. Period. You are stranded because you have not opened your heart to some knowledge and information that you need for this present moment. It's as simple as that. Your business is not moving forward, not because somebody cursed you. It's because you were not even that sensitive to know the oppositions you were dealing with. So they have carried you handicap. Want to be a handicap because you were not conscious and sensitive enough to know. But for every problem that you either have created or that you have allowed, the solution is also in you. The solution is in you. You are the creator of your reality, whether positive or negative. It is you. You are the center of your life. Let me tell you something. I'm not a prophet of doom. The prices of things will never go down. Amen? So, because what did Adeboye tell you some years ago? Yeah, his father, my daddy said that the price of dollar will go to naira. You know, I think that man, there's some old age thing going on with him. And you heard people, and you heard professors of economics sitting down there and saying, hey, man! When he said it, the dollar to naira was just 700. Now, the dollar to naira is 1,600. The price of things will not go down. Amen? So, so you don't pray for the price of things to go down. Right? You activate your inner technology. So you can tap into your money gate and the streams. This afternoon we talked about money gate. The streams of wealth that are in you. I can never be broke or stranded. I can never be broke or stranded. It's impossible. Let the price of fuel be 10,000 naira. I don't even know exactly what the price of fuel is, and I buy it every week. Is it 1,004? Is it 1,005? Is it 1,000? I have no idea. I just pay for it because one of the things I've also mastered is how not to put the price of things in my head. I don't cram the price of things. No one said my network is bad. Is it bad? It's your own network that is bad. Back to sender. Sorry, I'm joking. Sorry, I'm joking with you. before you say I'm saying back to sender. It's the truth. The price of things will not go down. The price of things won't go down. So now you have people who are praying for God to change the economy of Nigeria to favor them, when they are meant to focus on their personal economy. Have you seen those videos in America? Homeless people on the street of America, suffering. I read the story of a woman today on Twitter. What an inspiring story. She was in the UK, jonesing. In a jonesing world, a jonesing world. What's that song? How can you say you don't know it? In a jonesing world. That Mohit song. She was, many of you know this slang. She was in a jonesing world is a stranded world. She was battered, shattered, and scattered. You know the way they share testimony in churches. Before I joined this commission, I was battered, shattered, and scattered. But as soon as I stepped my foot on this altar of God, I was repaired. So this woman, thank you, the prince. His name is the prince. She was in a jonesing world. That's where she was. In a jonesing world. In the UK. Overseas. She was overseas. But she was under the carpet. Living overseas. Before she joined the Great Commission of Overseas, she was okay. But the moment she moved there, she was battered, shattered, and scattered. And then she said she heard a voice one day. This is a true life story. I said, go back to Nigeria. She said, go back to Nigeria. And she came back to Nigeria and started fishery. Fishery. She started fishery. And guess what? Now she goes to the UK twice every year on vacation. Someone who was in a jonesing world. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Life is difficult for you because you are not ready to transform your life. It's as simple as that. The day that you accept this universal truth, that is the day you begin your journey to total transformation. The day you leave the camp of people looking for who to blame. Is my father, is my mother, is Tinubu, is Peter Obi, is Nigerian leaders, is this, is... Do you know the level of corruption in America? The place you are running to. Now, I don't give a damn about who becomes president of America. But let me give you a gist. If Kamala Harris becomes president in America, right? Her vice president, I can't remember his name. He made a law that is existent in one of the states in America where your child, right, at age 6, as young as age 6, can come and tell you that mommy, daddy, after they have brainwashed the child in school, mommy, daddy, I am a woman, and he's a boy, right? And if you refuse and says, no, you are not a boy, your child can report you to the government. It is a law that exists in America. Even if they dash me White House, I can't take my family to America. I can't raise my children there. I don't care what they are selling to them. And I'm not trying to judge you for staying in America. I am bringing this to your notice so you understand what is going on around the world. So you don't shit or spit on your own territory, thinking that where you're going is a palace. Is more dangerous than where you are. Let me tell you that now. You hear people saying, I am running because of my children. No, you are a liar. It's not because of your children. Because if you really want to protect your children, the best place to do so is in Africa. And after they see, if he becomes president, the same law that exists in a state now will now be a federal law in America, where your child will tell you, I want to be a woman, I'm a woman. After they have brainwashed the child in school, then you now tell your child, no, you're not a woman. Your child reports you to government. Government will now take your child from you and provide your child with everything, finances, medical, whatever that your child needs to transform her himself to a woman. At age 6 and at age 7, that's where you are taking your family to go and raise your children. Yeah. That's where you think is better than Nigeria. Because a lot of people, they've lost hope in themselves. And it boils down to not wanting to take responsibility. And they give you instances. Let me tell you something. There are people like us, what I have lost in Nigeria. When I came back to this country after studying, that was after I have made a lot of money in Nigeria. And I said, this money, life is too easy. Let me look for one problem. And I traveled to study. And I came back to Nigeria with nothing. I was offered jobs. 4 companies where I did internship in Dubai. HSBC, Etihad Airline. Yes. There was this company called Brainscape Games and another media company. I was offered. The owners of the company were almost upset when I said I was leaving. And I came back to this country with nothing. So I can't live in another man's country. Bring me back to my country. And coming here, my friend Ahmed, when he figured that I was in a jonesing world, sent me a Land Cruiser then that was worth 45 million naira. And my fellow brothers in Nigeria, till date, we can't find the car. Some people will say, Nigeria is evil. That's what they do. You will carry yourself and you will go to one country and go and stay there. And end up being treated like trash. I still stayed in Nigeria. Yes. I stayed, but no, nothing. I still stayed in Nigeria. Because they cheat people abroad. It's not only in Nigeria. They cheat people. Let me tell you something that you need to know about Nigeria today. Nigerians are the one magnifying the negative things about Nigeria. The biggest scammers are not Nigerians. Nigerians are learners when it comes to scamming. Nigerian boys, Yahoo boys in Nigeria, they are learning. I hope you know that. If you are not biased, and that's why whatever we do on social media, the moment someone starts saying, I hope this thing is not scam, keep your money, we don't convince people, we don't want. Which scam? Have you seen Indian scammers? But you will never see Indian. Nigerians are the ones that will trend a negative story about Nigeria. They will trend it with joy. And the same people will turn around and go, this country is, but you are the one trending negative news. There is constructive criticism of your country. There is the way you hold leadership accountable, but you jump on every negative story with your data and you spread it everywhere. Have you seen scammers? Have you seen offices in some Asian countries, corporations where they have all the equipment, they have staff, and what they do is they scam people? That's what they do. The biggest hackers and tech guys who get scammers, who arrest them, go and watch their videos. You hardly see Nigerians there. Bangladesh. I had a Bangladesh classmate. What he can do with the computer, all the phone numbers on his phone, he has them in his head. You will test him, what's this person's phone number? He will tell you what he can do with the computer. Nigerian boys are learning, and we helped the world to destroy our reputation. I think the reason I'm saying this is because there are so many opportunities in Nigeria that we have not tapped into. There are so many opportunities you haven't tapped into. So it has the spirit is moving. It doesn't have, it's not necessarily about Nigeria. It's about you. If you want to turn your life around, you must first accept that it is not about where you are. It's about who you are. Environment have a lot of influence on people, right? But if Oyo State does not favor you in Nigeria, move to Lagos. If Lagos doesn't favor, move to Abuja. But within the Nigerian landscape, the opportunities that abound, you have no idea. I know people who the money they are using to service their life abroad, they are making it in Nigeria. I know people. They live abroad, but the money they are using abroad, they make the money in Nigeria. I know men here that their wife and children are abroad, and the money that they are using to take care of their family abroad, they make the money. And they said, no, me, I can never leave Nigeria. I just sent my wife and my children there. If I leave, I either go and start washing plate. Nah, I can't do that. But I will send them as much money as they want, and I'm not stranded. In this same Nigeria that you're talking about and complaining, because you are too rigid and close-minded to open your heart to hidden information, to esoteric knowledge, because your riches are in the dark places. So I told you, you are a business person, you have not subscribed to the Femi Jubal Premium Business Mastermind. Well, no problem. See, you cannot continue to follow surface people. 7 steps to business success no longer work. What works is going down to the nitty-gritty. What works is going down to the fiber of your soul. That's what works. That's what's going to work now, especially in Nigeria. See, let me tell you something. One of the things that my godfather told me, he asked me, he said, do you want to stay in Nigeria or you want to go back? I said, sir, you advise me. And he said, Nigeria is like the second day of creation. I was like, what do you mean? He said, but did he say Nigeria is like the first day of creation? Yes. He said Nigeria is like the first day of creation according to the Bible, because he's a Christian. Then he said, darkness was over the face of the deep. He said, that's what Nigeria is. He said, so you are the one that will now tell your Nigeria, let there be light. The moment there is light, what you will see. I will never forget that day he told me. Then he was still a permanent secretary in one of the government parastatals. We were downstairs in his office and he said, that's what he did to Nigeria. Because after studying abroad, he came back, he had the same situation, and he wanted to go back. And his own godfather told him, it's better to be a small fish, be a big fish in a small pond, than to be a small fish in a big pond. And he said, I'm not going to give you that advice, but this is what I did. I looked at Nigeria like, this is darkness, and riches are in dark places. So he was saying darkness, and then he said, let there be light. So it's through his action, powered by knowledge, powered by authentic information, universal information. He spoke to the darkness through his actions, the things he engaged in, and there was light. People who allow themselves to be controlled by religious, economic, political tyrants, who are enriching themselves at the expense of your soul, I am sorry for them. I am sorry for them. Because it doesn't take you, I'm going to repeat this a million times, repetitively. It doesn't take more than 3 to 6 to 9 months to transform your life. That's it. It is a law for me. It doesn't take more than 3. I have experimented it even in my own life several times. I was talking to my sister yesterday. I was with her, and she was like, even her husband is, she said, even my husband is afraid of you. And I was like, why? And he said, 3 different times, everybody thought this guy is gone, forget about him. The next time they were seeing you, bam, less than 1 year, you were up there again. And she said, the last one that happened is the last one. you'll never go down. Yeah, I will never go down again. But let me tell you the truth, it doesn't take more than 3 to 6 to 9 months to transform your life. It doesn't take more than 3 to 6 to 9 months. If it is taking longer than that, something is wrong with you. It's no more about your environment. Something is wrong with you. You are chasing clouds. You are holding on to systems and institutions that no longer serve you. You are holding on to things that no longer add any value to you. You are drained. You are not investing your energy. You are not channeling your life resource accordingly in favor of yourself. That's the truth. It doesn't take more than 3 to 6 to 9 months to transform your life. It doesn't take more than 3 to 6 to 9 months. So I am here for people who want to transform their lives, not for clout chasers, not for talkatives. No. Not for charlatans, not for orangutans. No, that's not why I'm here. And it's very easy to know when you see people who don't want to transform their life. They talk to people, say, this one is not ready. Don't worry, matter right. I ain't share on logo. They play. That's what they say, they play. Because some people, they only want to transform their life with their mouth. The necessary action. There are requirements for every real change. There are requirements for every real change. If anybody tells you that change will just fall on your head, Omologo, are you embajelo? Omologo, but in life is spoiled. You see, they shout Omologo, because Sheyi Vibes is singing to him and creating illusions in his head with music. Another thing, what is deceiving many of you is the music you are listening to. The music is telling you that you are rich, but you don't have money in your pockets. I'm a logo that cannot buy data of 10,000. Monday morning talking about me while I'm making money. No shishi. He's not making any money. He's just making videos to trend Rema's music. But in his head, he has created illusions. And you see all our sisters now, they make their own video. Monday morning, the way they do that thing. Monday, I look at them, I'm sorry for you. You go soon know how far, no worry. Oh boy. Jokers, that's what you see all over the place. Jokers. Those jokers. They are using music to deceive you that you are rich. But you know that you are not rich. You are broke. And you do that for another 1 year. And you know, a lot of people, and then in December is coming now, sold out concerts everywhere by people who have not made 50,000 naira in the year. They will look for money and go and buy the video ticket, 10,000. They want to stay in front and sweating with other monkeys like them. Sorry. Hey, they are doing their phone. The video is singing like this. The video that has collected 500 million naira. They are sweating, and when they finish at 3 a.m., they are looking for a car that will take them home. No transport. No transport. Omo logo, only transport. Omo logo, a bit apa. What? Me, I'm saying, when I say these things, I'm saying the truth, and then I picture them in my head. It's funny and it's sad at the same time. Omo logo. Where is the Omo logo? Where is the Ogo? There are requirements for every real change. Ask my team, what have I been discussing for weeks? 2025. That's what I'm talking about. 2025 plans. What are the things we are going to do? In my real estate company, I'm talking to them, 2025. This project, I'm having meeting. Tomorrow I'm having a meeting with one of the people in government. Real estate 2025. Then I will now have time for Monday morning talking about me, come and making money. Then you finish now. Indomie and 1 egg. To even buy 2 eggs now. Indomie and 1 egg. Omo logo. Musicians are deceiving you with their music. They are distracting you from the realities in your life. They are creating illusions in your head. Music has become a weapon. That's what they are. Music has become a weapon. And it takes a person who understands the fiber of their own soul, a person who has exercised the muscles of their spirit, right? To listen to music for 1 minute and just pack it once I have left. Oh, it's a nice song, and move on to important things. Many people, for you to get to that point, you have to stop listening to music completely. Music currently is meant to be haram to you now, because it is your enemy that is destroying your life. Music, Shei vibes. One boy comes from nowhere and starts singing to you. You, no money. The boy, after 1 year, you don't buy a house. You don't know that part of the house that he bought is part of your energy. You invested in that house. You don't know. Big brother Niger, that one will finish. He will buy a car. They will give him 300 million naira cash prize. You start chasing. I belong to Alicia's. What's that one's name? Seku. We are for Alicia. I belong to. You are an investor in their wealth, but it's not favoring you. It's not favoring you. The only investor that doesn't make any profits. You are not a stakeholder. This is not what I plan to say tonight, but maybe somebody needs to hear this and just wake up. Energy vampires. You don't know that you, in that music, I told you I was listening to somebody's music, and I just looked at the boy and said, good music, but this music, where are they here? I'm not God, though. But it's him and his friends that will be listening to it. Because it doesn't understand the dynamics of the industry. All the Davidos, the Wizkids of this world, they had to put on the garment of an energy vampire so they can suck your energy for their own progress and advancement and influence. And that's what they did. If there is something you have to be very, very careful with, there are things you have to be very, very careful with, is the entertainment industry. If you want to transform your life, number one, entertainment industry. Anything that has to do with entertainment. Anything that has to do with entertainment. If you want to transform your life in 3 to 6 to 9 months. When I was in that place where I wanted to transform my life in 3 to 6 to 9 months, the only thing, the files I had on my phone were research, videos. I listened to Greg Braden to the point where it was like he was present with me. You know Gaia.com. Gaia.com. Go to YouTube. I saw all their videos, podcasts that has to do with me transforming my life, podcast about economy, podcast about spirituality, different sessions, downloading YouTube. I was downloading YouTube with the last data on my phone. There are people watching this right now. Entertainment should not be in your itinerary. You should cancel it completely. Block Netflix. Stop Spotify. Delete every music from your laptop and your device. But can you do it? You don't want to look like you are going to be left behind. Ambassador had a class where he said that there are 3 elements responsible for social advancement. And he said number 1 is education. Number 2 is entrepreneurship. And he said number 3 is entertainment. So entertainment is also part of it. But it shouldn't even be part of it. Right? Entertainment is something that you engage in when you have achieved and done what is necessary. Do you know there are information that are entertaining? But you know what we have done in Nigeria? Our priority is entertainment. And that's why Pella will have 50,000 people watching him say nothing. So what we have done to the younger generation is this. We are now teaching the younger generation that they can be influential in society, contributing nothing. So we are teaching the younger generation that the path to social influence is to be a Bobrisky or a James Brown or a Pella, and that is the priority in our society. So authors, please, I beg, they talk English. Researchers, philosophers, artists that draw, painting, writers, poets, no, all those ones are useless. So you now see that that's why the society, there is a situation of mental breakdown. And people don't know that a lot of people are having mental breakdown in the Nigerian society. So when you go to a place and you play a jazz sound or some instrumental, you hear people say, another like, give me bang, 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 kolazama, I define money, mana. Asapu! No, Bopa! Asap! What is going on with these people? Is this not madness? You sure these people don't need to be taken to Yaba left? Is this entertainment or problem in the brain? You guys, please. When I say something sometimes, I now try to imagine it. It's funny, but at the same time, it's very disheartening to me. What is funny in Asapu? What is funny? What is funny about it? And then the new one now is Moro. Oh God. Oh. You've seen that one. Even adults, parents will start doing it. The chicken, Moro at the back. Moro. I was asking, one of my nephews posted that thing on her WhatsApp. So I sent her a message and said, but what is the meaning of this thing? What's that music they are playing on it again? Bang, bang, bang. What is the meaning? Oh God. If you want to transform your life in 3 to 6 to 9 months, the attention that you give to entertainment, you divert those attention that you have given to things that don't add any value to you. You transport, transfer, transform, convert those energy to things that will serve you. It depends on the stage you are in your life. Some of you don't even have to watch movies at this point. The only thing you should be watching are documentaries, podcasts, and other things that would add value to you. I'm telling you. Because people desire change. No, they are wishing for change. They don't desire it. Because if you truly desire change, guess what? You will follow it up with action. Because action will always follow desire. So the reason why you're not following up with action is because it's not a desire, it's just a wishful thinking. It's just a wishful thinking. Entertainment, regulate your entertainment. I'm not saying completely get rid of entertainment, but I'm saying have some 5 minutes, 10 minutes entertainment after you have completed a task. It should not be at the center of everything you do in your life. It should not be a priority. Someone said they already got the message from his spirit. You're right about that. Number 2, relationship. And I'll call it romantic relationship. There are a lot of you right now watching me. You don't need romantic relationship with anybody based on the stage that you are in your life right now. That's not what you need if you want to transform your life in 3 to 6 to 9 months. Because what you are going to do is you are going to get rid of everything that is a distraction to you. Yearning for more knowledge will be the first priority. There was a time in my life that when I saw a woman, she looked like a man. Nothing. I didn't feel anything. Because at that point in my life, my goal was I will not be in the same place I am in 6 to 9 months. Yesterday, I was with my sister and we were discussing, and I told her, I said, just this 2020 here, less than 4 years ago, 2020. That's after enjoying life, then traveling to study and coming back to Nigeria. Ended up in a mess. Just this 2020, I was sleeping on the floor. In a house I bought for my godfather. I was sleeping on a floor in a house that I bought for my godfather that he did not want to rent out to anybody. That was my saving grace. Let me just be sleeping on the floor in the house. I was sleeping on the floor. My sister came to see me and said, you never told me this is how you are living. I was sleeping on the floor, just 2020. This 2020 here. The Hajia that came to speak at the Unlock event, right? That came to speak on energy therapy, because I'm not chasing me, I don't chase clouds. I will give you facts. These are the people. She was the person that I leased, because it's a 6 unit of 3-bedroom flat. It's a big house. And my godfather refused to rent out the house. She was the one that I finally leased the particular flat I was sleeping in on the floor. On the floor. 2020 here. Sleeping on the floor. But it did not take me more than 3 to 6 to 9 months to transform my life. And these are the things I did. I completely got rid of entertainment. The only social media activities I was engaging in was on YouTube. I deactivated my faith. There are many of you right now. I would want you to come and listen to me. But at this point, you are meant to deactivate every social media application on your phone. Don't listen to me. Go and listen to yourself. Then when you can properly hear yourself, then you will find it easier to understand what I'm saying. The reason why many of you still don't understand what I'm saying, that desperate time calls for desperate measure, is because you can't hear yourself. You are hearing the video, you are hearing the chicken, you are hearing all these other people on social media, but you can't hear yourself. You can't hear the voice of your soul, the yearnings in your soul. You can't hear. So you are meant to completely deactivate every social media. And that's what I did. People thought I was dead. Many people did not know I was in Nigeria. They thought I was gone. They forgot about me completely. But guess what I was doing? Midnight, all night, not sleeping, listening, opening myself to knowledge and information that would transform my life. Applying all the laws of the universe. Because I said, then I started envisioning myself where I want to be. So every day I was lifting my spirit above my situation. I was lifting my spirit intentionally above my situation. Days that there was no food to eat. 3 days, nothing in my belly. 5 days, nothing in my belly. There was a day I trekked from Wuse Zone 3 to Legislative Quarters with no food for 3 days. But I was lifting. You cannot do that if you have given all your life to entertainment or to romantic relationship. Many of you right now, you should not be having erection. You can't cheat your hormone, right? But it is almost illegal for you to be having erection based on your situation. You are meant to master transmutation, sex transmutation. And that's exactly what I was doing. The moment I feel something, I just stand up and take a walk, put on my headphone. I am listening to James Allen's audiobook. I was downloading audiobooks on YouTube. Audiobooks. I was listening to every audiobook, taking a walk and listening. And it got to a point where sex was not even crossing my mind. The only thing on my mind was, I need to transform my life. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. Attention is currency. Everybody wants your attention. And then in that same situation as a man, you go and carry yourself into a romantic relationship. In Abuja, where if you take a girl out, 50,000 naira is gone. And then you don't have money, and then the girl says you are broke, and they say she doesn't love me because I don't have money. All these girls, they are materialistic. Do you love yourself? You don't have money. Do you love yourself? Do you like your situation and condition the way you are? Because many times we put the cart before the horse. Many of you, football is your enemy. The attention you give to Arsenal is so strong that it's almost impossible for you to make anything out of your life, because that's the only thing you are passionate about. Where your heart is, that's where your treasure will be. And you are meant to expect your reward from anything you are giving your attention to. So it is football that is meant to be rewarding you. If you are interested in politics and that's what you give all your life to, it is politics that should reward you. What you don't know is that all your activists in Nigeria, they are thieves. All your activists, commercial activists who engage you 3 hours of your time, charging you up, getting angry, you are getting upset. They have collected money from politicians. They are political thugs. Social media political thugs. That's what they are. Including Showore. They are all hustlers. Including all those people defending Tinubu's government. All of them put together. Including Aisha, what's her name? They are all people you are meant to cut off from giving your attention to them. Because they can't save you. They can't help you. Because you see, for you to transform your life in 3 to 6 to 9 months, you must be adamant about this. You must engage in a relationship with yourself. There are people right now. Oh God, man! You know the house where I was. I told you about my godfather's house, where I was, and then I told him. I said, "Okay, let's renovate this house. I can't be the only one staying there." And then we renovated the house. I started leasing the house out to people. And the house had BQs, boys' quarters, right? There was a young man that came to rent one of the BQs. So at that point, I used to be present in the house because, they are all my tenants. I give the house to them. I have to report back to my godfather and all that. So I rented the house with this young man. He came, with his car. And every day, this young man, he schooled abroad, but he has nothing. I'm sorry, I'm not bringing him down. He has nothing to show for his life. Today, it is one girl in the morning in his BQ, another one in the afternoon, another one in the evening, running his life like that. And till date, one of those days, my brother saw him and said, "You have the spirit of a dog. You're always jumping from one place to another." And one day I had to ask him, I said, "I want to ask you a question. You knew me when I rented that BQ to you, the way my life was. And you have watched me in 4 years, how I have transformed my life. What is happening to you?" And he said, "Now, woman." And I said, "Then you need to stop sleeping with every woman you see." I said, "It's hard, though. I know, say my life not supposed to be like this, but it's hard." So his Bola is his priority. But his Bola has become his enemy. Do you see that? So he is wishing for change, but he doesn't desire change. Because when you desire change, the necessary actions you need to take will become your priority. That's it. Romantic relationship. How you manage your sexual energy. And guess what? See, because especially in Abuja, people think that it is only women that they are using when it comes to sex. You have no idea. This guy is a cute guy, right? Girls will bring food to him and sleep with him in that BQ. They will feed him and sleep with him. And he sees himself like, yes, he's a big boy. Fine girls are coming to sleep with him. You will see corporate girls after closing from work. They will drive a nice car. Girls that they live in duplex. When you go to this girl's house Her house is a big house, but she will come to this boy's BQ, package a lot of food. I'll just sit and I'll just be looking at them when they are going through the gate. I'll just shake my head. They will bring the food to him and give him money and knock him. Male Olosho. Male Olosho. There are many male Oloshos in Abuja. Because every time we're talking about girls, the male Oloshos we have in Abuja, they are more than the female Oloshos. I've told you, guys, that they will tie their face, cover their face, put them in the car, and drive them to a place to go and sleep with sugar mummies. He doesn't even know who he's sleeping with. He doesn't even know where he is. He has released his essence and his life. They put him back in the car, pay him, and drive him back to his house. You see him next day in the gym, 8 a.m. That's what he's living for. No essence, nothing. How you manage your sexual energy determines how you succeed at transforming your life in 3 to 6. Focus on this, 3 to 6 to 9 months. That's it. Let me tell you something. 2024 is a year of power. 2025 is a year of completeness, finishing, right? And a year of the spirit. So if you don't cultivate your personal power in 2024 and you enter 2025 like that, now, if you want to transform your life in 3 to 6 to 9 months, avoid political discussions. Avoid political discussions. Political forums, avoid them. Because in all these, they are political forums, right? They are not solution-oriented. None of them, they don't even have access to the chairman of their local government. It's just a bunch of orangutans just talking. They don't have access to the manager of their estate. The estate where they live, they cannot influence anything on their streets. The only place where they have a voice is on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, behind their smartphone with their tripod, their ring light. That's all. And you have no idea how much energy you waste when you involve yourself in political discussion. I don't discuss politics with people. I don't. If I want to discuss politics, you are either a governor, former president, senator, then I can sit down with you and we can discuss politics. If you are not, I can't discuss politics with you. How? Avoid political discussions. Energy zapping. They will soon come now. 2027 is coming, right? By 2026, they will come to you. So people who have not cultivated their power, who have wasted their 2022 to 2026 on frivolities, by 2026, they are looking for another Messiah. This government, whalers, they've been whalers since 1999. Perpetual whalers. That's what they have been. If you are so passionate about politics, go and join a political party and let them vote for you. Build a career around it. There are many of them that I avoid now. For every of my attention I gave to politics, I intentionally cancelled and withdrew it. It's the truth. Because it is impossible for you to transform your life in 3 to 6 to 9 months if you are spending your prime energy. They will come now. Tomorrow is Monday morning. Monday morning, right? Just watch Monday morning. As early as Monday morning, the situation in Africa. You can imagine a Nigerian boy in Kano organizing TikTok sessions to discuss Burkina Faso. He is in Kano discussing Burkina Faso. Which way Africa? Burkina Faso. Which way Africa? Which way your life? Which way for your life? Which way for your life? Talking about which way Burkina Faso? Burkina Faso is ruled by a small boy like you. You're talking about which way Burkina Faso, and you are in Kano in yourself con. You are not asking which way my life is, which way Burkina Faso. Avoid political discussions. Now, listen. Strategic relationships. Now, when it comes to this, a lot of people, you are meant to revive old relationships that were beneficial to you. There are some old relationships that you have abandoned that were beneficial to you. You did not steal from them, right? You did not do anything nasty. You just distance yourself from them. You can reconnect yourself back to old relationships that added value to you. This is one of the principles that I applied. Because I kept saying, these people, I used to do business with them, and then I just left Nigeria to go and study. I came back. I don't want them to start thinking, but this guy went to study, he came back. Why is he coming to us? I said, no, let me go and meet these guys. And I rebuilt those relationships. I rebuilt those relationships. And in building strategic relationships, you have to let go of the losers in your life. There are some relationships that you have to let go of. Let them go. I am speaking here. You are saying I should check my inbox. How am I going to do that? You have to let go of the losers in your life. See, you have to let go of relationships that are not rewarding. There are many relationships that are not rewarding. There are relationships that are not rewarding. Let go of them. Let go of weary so that you can meet good people. Fix audio. They said the audio is not great. Just remove it and fix it. Is these people? I want to play a game with these children, they want to play game with their father. I don't understand this kind of people that think I came here to play game on TikTok. They send you requests for game. They want to play game with their father. I'm like, I'm not here to play game. I don't know. Does anybody know how you can set your live session on TikTok so that all these orangutans will not be sending these kind of things to me? Someone said, if you send me lion, not be only lion. Not be only lion, then go send to me. Now antelope, then go send. Now dinosaur, then go send to me. May they send dinosaur. Let go. We are entering Universal Year 9, 2025, right? It is the year 9, the end of a cycle. You are meant to let go of things and relationships and people that are no longer rewarding, that are no longer serving the purpose of your life. Let go. Let go. Let go of the energy vampires in your life. Let's go. We're going to stop there today. There are others, but we're going to stop there today. My joy is to see people's lives transformed. Honestly, I want to see a lot of people that by the end of this year, Because you can still make the best of 2024. Yes. The last 3 months can be the 3 months that you make the best of the rest of the year. But at the same time, you plan for 2025, guys. If you don't have streams of income, you have no business talking about politics. You have no business talking about politics. If you don't have stable, sustainable streams of income, you have no business in a romantic relationship. You don't have any business. Because one of the things you are meant to know is that when you have a level of economic strength, it shields and protects you from disrespect. It shields and protects you from disrespect. So when you build an economic stream for yourself, the first benefactor is yourself. You are the first beneficiary of your streams. When you transform your life, you are the first beneficiary. So you don't have any business chasing clouds when you know that you have not built the most important area of your life. During the business numerology mastermind that starts on the 28th of September to the 6th of October, if you're a business person, I advise that you subscribe. One of the courses I'm going to talk about is economic warfare. There is economic warfare ongoing right now because the matrix don't want you to be free from the matrix. They don't want you to be free because, see, let me tell you, if you study slave trade, and when Africans were in America and then they were slaves and they were properties, a man will have 500 slaves. One slave will escape. He will send his armed men to chase that one. He still has 499 left, but that one slave is very important. Now, we have 21st century emotional slave masters. It does not matter how many people they have enslaved. They have mentally enslaved. They still want you. They don't want to lose you. Because each slave is very important to them. You are the one who is not saying it that way. And you are the only one who can break away from these chains and shackles. And one of the ways to do that is to pay attention to your life. I'm going to stop here today. The Femi Jubal Premium Business Mastermind, Business Dynamics from an Esoteric Dimension, starts on the 28th of September till the 6th of October. We're going to explore hidden dimensions of business success. We're going to tap into esoteric principles that will help you boost your growth, your profits. This business mastermind is not like any other mastermind. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great week ahead.